Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to AIM Impact on Your Health. AIM Impact on Your Health for every day. Our goal is to have you learn at least one thing to help you live better and longer. AIM Impact on Your Health is heard each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney, and I'm with you each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. AIM Impact on Your Health, where each day you'll find current medical news, knowledgeable guests, fascinating health topics, and of course, where we do encourage you to call in to join in. Folks, it is a Friday version of the show. It will become a get 'em up, out of town version of the show. We're going to do our Boresha report right off the bat, first thing, but a new guest today, one you heard me mention a lawful lot. I want you to meet her. Her name is Sister Sarah. Sister Sarah is going to be with us talking about how to enroll for Boresha in about 3 or 4 different ways that she helps people who call our office every single day and like to be assisted in some way. To give you an idea of how it is you sign up for the Boresha and how well Boresha has been doing, at least she's the one that knows here in my office. Sister Sarah is our guest today. Then we'll take a short break, right after that first segment is over with, and we'll switch gears and really just open them up to you. Got a lot to talk about on my plate. What's on yours? What do you want to share with us? You know, the number to do that is to call us up at 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. We listen for a knock on the door, and we will let you in the store. Okay, how's this schedule shaping up? Hey, big day tomorrow. It's a Saturday, but it is I think they said they had 2 a year, and so I don't want to say this is the annual meeting, but it is a large meeting of the Young Living Group, those who have been involved with essential oils. There's an ever-growing number of you out there who's finding that essential oils are very helpful and that you can deal with a lot of medical issues on your own with these very unique ways of delivering very potent medicinal herbs and in particular the vital substances of many plants and seeds. Our go-to person has always been, since the inception of this, Susie Weiss, and she continues to come to our office each and every month for free seminars. But over the course of the year, many of you have become involved with Young Living, and their big meeting is going to be held this Saturday at the Embassy Suites out there in the Charrington Plaza, just off the Moon Township exit of the Parkway, going to the old airport. You remember the old airport? It's still actually the new airport. It's just well, hey, let's not get into it. You take business, the business route to the old airport, the transport side, and they get off the Charrington exit. I'm going to be in attendance. There'll be, well, the last time I went, they packed the place so much that they had to bring extra chairs in. It was a wonderful full day. I'm going to be there in the morning participating with a panel. We'll also have a booth set up, so if you want to talk to me personally about various items, and you notice there's a slot open over there, I'll be available for that, handing out information about what we do and how to stay in tune and in touch with all that we offer around here. So I'm going to be there. If you'd like to participate, and you're not really a member of Young Living, but you got a free Saturday, it's like, you know what? It's supposed to be warm, but it's supposed to rain. And you want to stay indoors, make it on out there from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock at the Embassy Suites. You are invited to attend free of charge, those of you who are not already official members of the Young Living Group. It's an open invite for you. Why don't you come on out there, and I'll see you out there 9 to 4. If you're in the Young Living Group, then you got to have some tickets to get in, and they go to eventbrite.com, and then in the search engine, type in Pittsburgh Young Living Health Conference. Pittsburgh Young Living Health Conference. They'll let you purchase tickets. It's $25 if you do it that way, $35 at the door. Save $10. I'll see you there. Should be a wonderful day of activities. This one is completely on Susie now. She's organized this one from stem to stern. In the past, it was the Michigan group that kept on coming down and helping out. But Susie's taken over. It'll be her crew entirely to put this one on. I know she'll do a fantastic job. Hoping to see you there tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, all day till 4 at the Embassy Suites out there, Charrington Parkway, Coraopolis. Now, other events, schedule events. On Monday, I'm going to talk a little bit about the paradigm shift for LDA. You know, we've been doing LDA here in the office with just low-dose antigen therapy since November 2012. I urge any of you who want to just get the basics out of the way and appreciate how effective low-dose antigen, that's what the LDA is all about, low-dose antigen therapy, I recommend you do two things. One, you go to William Butch Schrader's website. That's drschrader.com. That's Dr. DR without the period at the end. Dr. Schrader, that's SHRADER.com. And Dr. Schrader has a very excellent write-up on the entire treatment of LDA, and I think it's a good place to start. And once you've done that and done the written word, then you want to hear the spoken word. We launched LDA in this office in November of 2012. And in that month, each and every Friday in the month of November 2012, we dedicated to a discussion of low-dose antigen therapy. And we brought a new guest to you each and every week. The first week, and I remember the date, November 2nd, 2012, Dr. William Butch Schrader himself, we'll call him the godfather of LDA in the United States, was our guest. Then followed by Dr. John Wyckoff talking about autoimmune disease. And then 2 weeks, because she was so good and the topic so large, Dr. Kathleen Janelle, a naturopathic gastroenterologist from the state of Washington, really discussed how you get at the GI problems. As a naturopath, obviously, she does not use drugs. She deals with some pretty sick cookies, and you can only be equally as sick. But if you have lesser problems, they're going to be much better to correct with LDA. So that's the basics. Get them out of the way because we're going to be going into the advanced course coming up here as we turn the page for the month of December. So on Monday, I'm going to be talking about, with this paradigm shift, the new approach, the sort of the advanced course on LDA, and specific the autoimmune diseases, of which there are many. And I'm going to give you on Monday the complete list of all the autoimmune diseases that are now correctable, fixable. I won't use the C word, but if you're suffering from any one of them, go through the list with me. If you find yourself or someone you know on it, you want to get ready for the month of December and January as we launch the second part of LDA treatment, only recently revealed by our soon-to-be guest, Dr. Ty Vincent. I mentioned him before. He's going to be a guest of ours as I look at the page here, flipped in the month of December. He, of course, lives in Wasilla, Alaska, and it's 2 weeks up there, and then 2 weeks on the Kona coast of Hawaii. So don't feel too bad for him. Anyway, he's going to be my guest that I'll record off-air on Friday, the 5th of December, and then I'm going to air the show with Ty Vincent on the 8th. That's very next Monday. It'll be on autologous antigens, and you'll find out what they are. And then I have him scheduled for January, where we do the recording of the show. It's going to be on the 9th of January, and he will then we'll air the show on the 12th, and that will be the show that really launches autoimmune diseases, in particular Lyme's disease. I have revealed, and I'll continue to reveal, we've learned from Dr. Ty Vincent that Lyme's disease is not a microbial disease. It's not a bacterial disease. Once it's gotten a foothold in the body, the first couple weeks it can be knocked out with antibiotics. After that, it will never be knocked out with antibiotics because it becomes an autoimmune disease, and it is correctable if treated in that way. More on Lyme's disease as these next 2 months roll by. Okay, looking, of course, and then Shannon, who is our go-to person with microcurrent, is scheduled for the 15th of December. We're going to launch a program called Second Call, really refine it and bring it to you. You've heard her mention it just the other day, but beginning on January 1, if you're injured in any way and you're headed into an emergency room, we want that to always be the first call. There'll be a second call. That'll be to us, and you'll see how that works out. So that's pretty much the schedule as I see it right now. What else would I want to talk about with you? The microcurrent devices. On Wednesday's show, I took and laid out 7 questions that you need to ask if you're thinking about purchasing a microcurrent device. I will stick by those as the very excellent way to sift through and be able to make an intelligent decision. I think you are vulnerable if you are just out there and you are intrigued by these devices, and then one comes your way. You have a tendency to leap unless you know how to scrutinize to find out if this device meets your needs. And so I'll refer you back to the show we did on Wednesday. It's up on the website. It's there, so just go to DennisJCourtney.com or DJCMD.com. On the opening page, click on the icon marked Archives. It'll take you to the radio shows on YouTube, and there just scroll to November the 19th, and you can listen to the show and have it as a reference. That's why I put it up there. And, of course, more about microcurrent, the role it's going to play in my office, and I'll allow you to hold me to the standard of those 7 questions. Just hold everybody else to that standard, and you'll be safe and protected and not as vulnerable as you would be without that list. Okay, let's take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday, and Friday usually means Boresha Report. This fine line of products we've been offering now for many months. This dates back, I think, to June. May or June is when we started. But it keeps growing, it keeps burgeoning. Many of you get the product. There's a tea, there's a lemonade, and there's a coffee. And many of you want to know how to enroll. Well, the person will tell you the various options for pulling that off. We call her Sister Sarah. She's going to be our guest in just a moment. So be right back with you and the good sister. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AIM Impact on Your Health. Heard here in KHB 620 each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney with you on a Friday morning version of the show, and it's become Boresha Fridays around here for quite some time now. We try to bring you up to speed on this wonderful line of product that does some things that makes it a go-to drink that's completely healthy for you, nothing unnatural about it, and with the ability to allow you to either lose weight or control your carbohydrates to the point where you're not being affected adversely by carbohydrate content. I see these products as being able to offer something that no other group of products has ever done. Now, we keep talking to you about how you enroll in it, how do you get a hold of these products, and the person in my office who seems to know more about this than any other single person is our guest today. You've heard me talk about Sister Sarah many times, but Sister Sarah has been working alongside of me since the inception of Boresha, and she's my go-to person. I finally thought it was time for you to meet her. I want you to say good morning and welcome, Sarah, to our show today. I know you keep listening out there, but now here you are, live and in the flesh, being introduced to the Pittsburgh area.
Good morning, Dr. Courtney.
Now, don't be angry with me, but Sister Sarah, you've been in the background way too long. And you definitely need to come out front so that people can have a chance to meet you, hear from you, get comfortable with you. I know those that talk with you on the phone, you have this innate ability to get them very comfortable very quickly. But I thought we'd take it one more step and allow the listening public to hear of you today. And could you just tell us how, Boresha, you were there at the real kickoff as this started from literally nothing. You've watched it grow. What are your impressions of this company in terms of how the public has responded? Because you end up talking to the majority of the public when they call my office. I never do. I don't get involved with it. I'm usually working with patients, but you're out there working with them. Give us your Boresha report. How are we doing with Boresha in Western Pennsylvania?
Well, I think everybody really likes these products. Everyone that I have introduced to these products has received benefit from them. If you can swap out a soda or something with sugar very easily and receive a benefit, you can receive a benefit from the tea and the coffee with an energy boost as well as the weight loss. And the lemonade is something that is refreshing that you can use in the evening. And if they do that in the evening a couple hours after dinner, then, as you know, they're kicking in their human growth hormone, and that's going to give them a great benefit of weight loss. And so they're excited about it. Everybody that I've met is really excited. We went down, we had a great tasting down at the Harvest Tasting, and we were right next to the alcohol, so that they would have alcohol, and then they would come and get perked up with the coffee after that. And they all seem to love the product. We're doing this weight loss program with Patty Szymanski on Saturdays in conjunction with Dr. Tyson Swigert's office at South Point Chiropractic. And all of the people that are participating in that have tried the products, and quite a few of them have bought the products as well. So it's pretty warmly received here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if they try the product, they usually, with just rare exceptions, say, oh, this is something I could really get used to. And they can tweak that, a bit for their unique way that they'd like to take their drink of the day.
Likes to mix the tea and the lemon.
Oh yeah, that's your concoction, mixing
I like the Arnie Parmel style.
Yeah, that's right. And I do notice that
what I was going to tell everybody though is what seems to be some of the confusion whenever they call me is exactly how they can get a hold of a sample of the product and how they can sign up for the product.
Well, why don't you take those two?
I wanted to go over.
Well, I want you to go over it, okay? So if a caller calls up and says, hey, how do I get a hold of some of that product? What do you tell them?
I say, if you just give me your name and your address, I would be happy to send you out a sample. And I ask them what they're interested in trying. If they want to try all three products, I'll send them out all three products. If they just want to try the coffee, then I'll send them some coffee.
Are you doing? I didn't know you were doing that, Sarah. Yeah.
All they have to do is call the office.
Huh.
Our office, 724-942-3002. And they can ask him or they can ask for myself. They can just give us their address and we'll send them out a sample. So that's an easy way for them to try it and see if they like it. Because some people can't get to the tastings, but we'll bring a tasting to you.
Yeah, if you have a tasting in your area, and we keep announcing them as they come up. There's been quite a few recently. You can sort of just attend, and the stuff is already mixed up, and you can try it that way. But sometimes we're just not in your immediate area, and you don't really feel like you want to go out and brave the elements, and especially as it's getting a little colder, that may be difficult for many of you. But I didn't know, Sarah, now you just revealed to me, I didn't know that we like mail out these things. And you've been doing this for quite some time. So whenever you do mail out these samples, do you get a response back from these people? Do they call you back?
Sure, and the easy way for them to, I wanted to say that's the easy way for them to try it if they're housebound, and if they want to, if they're having a hard time with the computer, they can call me and ask me for an order form, and I can mail that with the samples. There's a very simple order form that we can fill out our part on it, the provider's part, and then we send it to them, and they fill out the rest of it, put their check in, and send it to through the mail, and they'll get their products delivered to the house. So once they have the sample, they'll also have an order form ready to go. As soon as they decide that they like it, they can send it right off.
Yeah, so I figured there's 3 ways now, and by the way, up till last weekend, I only knew there was 2. But you came up with this form, so now there's 3 ways that you can get a hold of this product for real. And the one way you're never going to get it is in a store. It's just not going to happen that way. This is an online company, and those of you who have some comfort and familiarity with a computer, I'm going to let you tell them how they're going to do that. I know, too, that Dr. Mitsos talks about an 800 number you could actually call and talk to somebody at the home office, and they're assisted that way. Maybe you can help us guide us to that number. Or this third way, which you just literally came up with last weekend. I didn't know about it before, the form. So take them one at a time. If somebody's got some computer savvy and a computer access, what do they do?
Well, you go onto the computer and you put in BoreshaInternational.com, all one word. And then you hit your Google search button. And when Boresha comes up, the front screen, you're going to click on the word product. And what's going to happen is all the choices in your products are going to come up. So you'll choose your product. You'll choose your coffee. You'll choose your tea. You'll choose your lemonade. And then the screen is going to open up and it'll say, "Welcome to our shopping cart." So you'll already be in the process of ordering. So people that are usually ordering things online, it'll go along just as you're used to. It'll go directly to a shopping cart. But the trick is whenever you get to that shopping cart, there are 3 spaces. And on the 3rd space, it says Rep ID number. And that's Dr. Courtney's number that you have to put in because you have to be either a representative selling the product or using their number. So our number for product is 47537. And you'll put that in the product Rep ID number. They're going to add those products to their cart, and they'll check out. Very easy.
Sure is. Now, like they have the option to enter into this.
Well, that's the first way to do it. That's if they just want to order products.
Okay.
They want to try things and they just want to order products. But Boresha is a brand new company, and what they're trying to do is grow quickly. So they have all of these different customer incentives that they have for you to do. So what you do is you go on to BoreshaInternational.com again, but you're going to want to become a wholesale representative. If you want to become a rep, then you're going to click on Join Us. And when you click on Join Us, that means that you want to buy A, products at wholesale, and B, become part of this company. And the thing that is cool about being part of this company is it gives you an opportunity to kind of have a small base business. So there's those people who just want products and aren't interested in the business side. They're going to go to the products page. But if you think that you might be able to get a couple of family members or a couple of friends to join with you, then you might want to do it that way, like doing the Join Us, because then you can get products for free. They have a wonderful opportunity. If you go to the Join Us page and you click on opportunity, you can read all about it. There's a whole bunch of material there. And when you get to the bottom, you have to have a sponsor that's introducing you to the company. So once again, you're going to put our number in, which is 47537. You put that in, and Dr. Courtney's info is going to come up. And it'll have all of our name, our address, our rep number, and you're going to choose your option of either being a silver or a gold member. If you do that, they give you a ton of free product. But if you just want to join for discount, you go to the bottom and you join at the very bottom. Okay, so that's the simple way to join. But the neat thing about it is what I said before. If you can get maybe 3 friends to auto ship their coffee to them, then they'll automatically auto ship it to you. This company is new. They're trying to grow real quick. They are growing very, very fast. And as they grow, they continue to give more and more customer incentives. So not only will you get your product free, but after 3 months, if your family members are still ordering coffee, they put you in a drawing for an iPad. Do you remember we were hearing about that?
Yeah, another incentive program just got launched last week.
Mm-hmm. So they're really trying to help people get excited about the company because they're so excited about the company. And then if your auto shippers stay on for a couple of more months, they're going to put your name in for a trip to San Francisco so that you can, and they pay for 2 airline tickets for you to come for a week and meet everybody at headquarters and be able to tour Boresha in San Francisco. So that's another incentive. And then they had the big incentive where after you have auto shippers for a whole year, you get to be put in a drawing for a car. Do you remember what the car was?
By the way, I sure do. It's a BMW.
It's a BMW.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a neat company because they're trying to offer you products. If you go to the products page, you can just shop like you're shopping for, anything else you normally buy, vitamins or whatever online. But also, if you want to have a little tiny incentive for a small base business or just to get your products free, they give you the ability to do that too.
All right, now that's all done online. So if you need a little help even steering yourself through that, you don't mind taking a call on that either, do you, Sarah?
No, if they call up, we can go through the forms one by one.
Yeah, you sort of walk them through it.
I can fill them out. If somebody doesn't have a computer at home, I've done this already. If you don't have a computer at home, but you don't mind calling up the office and me placing the order for you, I can walk you through on the phone, and I'll fill out the form and have it shipped directly to you.
Oh, that's right.
So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can fill out, if you want to be a distributor but you're not online, you can do that too. I can send you that form with the products. So we can do the products and the form for just ordering products, or I can send you the products and send you the form to join.
Okay, so all possibilities are made easier with your help. I can tell you that, Sarah. I know people get a little intimidated. I got intimidated by just trying to enroll initially because my computer skills really are weak. You know that, and so I'm a great representative. If somebody would probably need that phone number, and if you do out there, folks, our phone number here at the office, and ask for Sarah, is 724-942-3002. Sarah's really here on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's the day you'll be able to get her for sure. If she's busy, and she usually is always very busy, she'll at least call you back and just let her know how you think you'd like her to help you. And she's been nothing but help for a lot of people and allowed them to participate in Boresha and every other doggone thing we do around here. Sarah, I thank you so much for making it easy on me for sure, but making it easy for the listeners to enjoy whatever it is we happen to be offering, because you're just the people person that make them feel so comfortable, and that's just a testimony to you as a person. And I had to mention it. Your warmth comes across even during this conversation. Folks, you want a friend? Call Sister Sarah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. All right. So is there any other thing that I need to know or the public needs to know about this Boresha stuff?
I don't think so. I just think if they really want to try it, I'd love to send them some samples out, and then we'll go from there. They can call me, and I'll find out from them what they need.
All right. Sarah, thanks so much for coming aboard this morning. Our listeners are encouraged to actually take us up on our offer to help them out. It will be worthwhile, folks, to have this young lady assist you to get those products in your hand. They are a one-of-a-kind go-to that if you get used to these, You will be very pleased that you make that decision. Thank you very much, Sarah.
My pleasure.
Okay,
Bye.
there you have it. Sister Sarah makes her Pittsburgh debut, and she's just a great gal, and you enjoy. However you come into contact with Sarah, you'll really enjoy, and you will be enriched by that contact. I guarantee you. I absolutely guarantee you. All right, let's do this. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're switching gears. No more on the Boresha. Let's talk about, well, anything you want to talk about. I'm going to mention the microcurrent issue one more time. I think it's necessary to do so. But you can all call up and ask questions on any subject you want. The number, 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. We'll be back in just a moment. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AIM Impact on your alternative Friday morning. Get them up out of time version of the show. You can come on at any moment if you'd like to. And set the agenda just by asking a question or making a comment. The number to do that is 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. Anything on your mind is okie dokie with me. Now, probably want to pull a couple other things out. I haven't been talking about our other standard programs. You know, we've been involved with the cardiovascular realm just since I left the operating room way back in the mid 1990s. Our first real endeavor with helping to move in the alternative world with a set of therapies that really could make a difference all started with the cardiovascular realm. And those of you who followed me throughout the years have seen and have really been educated to a level that I'm quite proud of, to think that you're so educated when it comes to cardiovascular disease and what to do for it. So just want to make a pitch. Our gal out there in Monroeville who runs our ECP program has been asking me, hey, got to mention this. Enough people need to be taking advantage of the ECP devices out in Monroeville areas. So if you live in the Monroeville area or close to it, ECP, external counterpulsation, is one of the ways that you can start to get your improvements with your cardiovascular situation. It all starts with an appointment with me in Monroeville. Give us a call here at our McMurray office, 724-942-3002, and I'll have a chance to meet you out there, and we'll get you going. Hey, we have a knock on the door. Come on the store. Hello and welcome aboard. What's on your mind? Go right ahead.
Good morning, Dr. Courtney.
Hi.
I want a quick question here. This microcurrent, is that beneficial on the kidney problems?
You name it, and so the answer is yes. The direct answer is yes. And the reason why the answer is yes is the kidneys frequencies are known, and you can simulate the healthy kidney tissue by the use of microcurrent to take whatever disease state is currently present and reverse it and bring it back to health. That's the miracle of microcurrent. So if it's kidney disease that's plaguing you, microcurrent is one of the ways to help solve the problem. And I'll make the parallel to the eye problems that we've been treating. So what if the problem was vision? You're losing your sight because you have glaucoma. And there's just nothing to do about glaucoma in the conventional world. They have no treatment for it. Yet we restore vision each and every time we do a program, and we do it in as little as 3 days. Why? Because we're able to get the tissue in the back of the eye functioning normal again, just as we should be able to, and we will be able to get the kidney functioning healthy again. It's just a matter of programming the device to meet the needs of, if it's you we're talking about, finding out.
It's my niece. I have two nieces that have the problem. They heard it from her dad.
Okay, so the device would have to be programmed with their particular issue in mind, what pathologies are causing the difficulty that they're having, and then just start to do these treatments completely innocuous in the confines of their own home if they have a device there, or do it in my office because we have many of the devices here that they can use. So the answer is absolutely yes, and just about any other thing you could name, I'd have to answer that question yes, because we know all the tissues of the body and what their frequencies are. We had to take a device to be able to parallel those frequencies and get the tissue back to health again.
Okay, doctor, I'll give my niece a call and have her check on it, and I'll have her call your office.
Have her come out and see us, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye. It only makes sense that if you know the frequencies of the body tissue in their normal state, and for any disease that you may be experiencing, you can just about assume that those frequencies aren't resonating at those vibratory levels, and that's why the tissue isn't working right. If there's a way, and there is a way, to get the passage of electrical current normalized within those tissues and have the tissues resonate at a frequency that meet the frequency that they need in order to function properly, then the tissue will operate well again in a healthy way again. So I know I used the analogy the other day when I was on the radio. We already know that the macula of the eye, so not just the eye itself, but the macula of the eye, has a frequency of 8 megahertz. That's what it is. Now, if you have a diseased macula, what if you have macular degeneration? I can tell you this, that the macula is not resonating and vibrating at a frequency of 8 megahertz. I don't even know what frequency it might be. Maybe it be 20 megahertz, or maybe it be 4 megahertz. It doesn't really matter. It's the fact that it's not resonating at 8 megahertz that allows this tissue not to function properly. So through the use of microcurrent, it is possible to put the frequency, which is out of kilter, not at 8, but get it back to 8 megahertz. Get it resonating at the normal vibratory rate for that tissue. And as it approaches that level, this tissue will start working again. I've never heard of any other therapy that works on that premise, and that's maybe why we're seeing such night and day responses when microcurrent is used, because it's the first time where we've come to the real pathophysiology of the disease. It is a vibratory issue. No matter what the dysfunction, no matter what it is that's going wrong with this tissue, it's not resonating at the frequency that's normal for it. Consequently, it cannot function as it was designed to function until the frequency has been restored back to a normal level. Now, these devices that we keep talking about are able to be programmed in what are called frequency pairs. And we can program as many frequency pairs as we want to in an individual's program, let's say for macular degeneration. Maybe there's, and by the way, there would be 15 to 20 frequency pairs in a program that may take 30 or 40 minutes. But each one of those pairs has a frequency for the normal tissue resonance and also has a frequency for the pathology to cancel out the pathology that is happen to interfere with the normal resonance. So those frequency pairs have to be programmed for each and every individual, and the fact that they can be is what I want to insist makes these have such a great utility that and flexibility that no matter what the disease, we'll figure out a plan in order and enable us to get you back to resonating those frequencies at the normal rate once again. Hey, we got another knock on the door. Come on the store. Hello and welcome aboard. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dr. Courtney.
Oh, how are you out there? I remember this voice. It's been a while.
Pretty good. Otherwise, I would have been seeing you. But I do plan on seeing you soon.
Okay.
But I have been well, considering. But in doing some research that you sparked some time ago when you had Dr. Tennant on.
Yeah.
Or was it Jerry Tennant?
Dr. Jerry Tennant. Healing His Voltage was the name of his book.
Yeah, and I have not read the book, but I did go to its website. And what I'm trying to get clear in my head, when you talk about microcurrent, and he has the biomodulator, and we're talking millivolts, and we're talking microcurrent and frequencies, I'm just trying to glue it all to that or translate it, because I think what Tennant is doing and what you are doing with microcurrent, maybe some overlap, or maybe they're one and the same thing. I'm just trying to get straight that if you're talking the functioning of a healthy cell at whatever millivoltage, and an unhealthy cell with inflammation, and of course you're going to attack this either with the biomodulator or the microcurrent. I just want to see how at least theoretically, how you deal with it.
All right, let's just, the first thing I detect is a misunderstanding of these devices. Dr. Tennant has developed his device. He calls it the biomodulator. It is a microcurrent device, and the level of current that's delivered is delivered at the microampere level, which is millionths of an amp. So I talked about microcurrent as the term applies to the science. He came up with a catchy word, and people think, well, that's something completely different. Dr. Tennant's using a biomodulator, and Dr. Courtney over here, he's using a microcurrent machine. Hey, wait a minute. These are both microcurrent machines that are able to establish the normal pattern and path of the way electricity flows through the body, and put things back into harmony that are out of harmony, and that's how his biomodulator works, and that's how this device called a microcurrent machine. It just doesn't have a catchy title. It's not
okay.
Yeah, it's not.
A rose by any other name is still a rose.
It is.
Okay, but now here's where my problem comes in. Do you check the millivoltage, or if you give a patient a treatment and I know you're using at least 2 frequencies at a time, and then you go through a program in which you're switching the 2 frequencies to another 2 frequencies and maybe another 2 frequencies for a certain period of time. Do you ever go back and check the millivoltage, for instance?
Well, let's just say that what we're programming into this is always the device I use, for instance. I know more about the statistics on than Dr. Tennant's, so I can tell you that the device I use is operating at 20 micro amps. Amps is the flow of electricity, not voltage. Voltage is the pressure, okay? So every program that I write, my program is going to be being put out at a flow of current at 20 micro amps, millionths of an amp. And that pretty much does parallel the normal flow of electrical activity through the body, which is somewhere between 8 and 14 millivolts, okay, or microvolts, excuse me.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So to the extent that when you step down the electrical current to that level, you have a therapeutic current, and then frequency, you got to get these terms right. One is the amperage, or the flow of electrons. The other is the frequency that needs to resonate in that flow, and that's where each tissue is a little different. So the frequency is another term that I have to then pick my frequency pairs of current that is moving at a velocity of 20 microamperes, but I change the frequency with each frequency pair. It's all flowing at 20, okay?
Okay, my follow-up to that would be, is there a way to follow, let's say you have a treatment, I don't know whether it's 30 minutes, an hour,
Can be.
But when do you know that you're done?
Well, you know when you're done. I mean, the program's done because it cycles through and then it beeps at the end that the program's over.
But I mean the entire therapy.
Well, whenever your problem that you're taking and using the program for has
goes away.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, gotta go.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks very much for that call. I'm trying to unveil and get the confusion worked out of microcurrent. More on that subject as the weeks move on. I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, on Monday, I'm going through the list of autoimmune diseases LDA will fix. Until then, this is Dr. Dennis Courtney saying so long for AM Impact on your health.